Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. Now obviously, as you guys are all aware by now, we know that the Turtles are definitely coming to the game. Again, for a lot of you guys, I think you knew they were coming. It was that when they were coming was more of the issue, okay? But I wanted to take an opportunity to draw a line under a lot of things. Basically, I'm not going to respond to these issues again after this. I'm just going to use this video to essentially cover off everything and then move on from it, and that's it, okay? So, there's been a lot of shit chatting, is what I basically call it, where people are, or have been, essentially attributing things to me that are just not true, is the best way to put it, and I'm going to cover off on all of them just now. So the one running gag that I've been seeing is, I've been saying the Turtles are coming next for about a year, right? Now this is not true. What originally happened was, after it was leaked, we were told that it was most likely going to come out alongside the movie, right? And when it didn't hit the cinema, the next logical date was it could have come out along with streaming, okay? So that's the first time we kind of expected the Turtles to come out, but it was never nailed down, so it was always said that this could be when they're going to drop, okay? That didn't happen, so you'll notice if you go and look at my videos and stuff, I went silent on the Turtles. I just didn't speak about them at all. In fact, honestly, for a while, I thought that maybe it had been cancelled and it wasn't going to happen, okay? Then what happened was we saw the data leak where basically we were able to find originally the video for Leonardo and a video for Michelangelo where it was their pull animation. So the video's a bit like this, that type of video, okay? So we got one for Michelangelo, we got one for Leonardo, and we also got one that we found in the files for the EX skill. Now at that point it's like, brilliant, these guys must be coming relatively soon, it must be on the horizon. And then I heard through the grapevine that Capcom had finally given the okay, and at that point we knew full steam ahead, they're going to want to push this out as soon as possible. So when is it going to come? And that was when I actually spoke about the Turtles are officially coming, and I put up the video showing you guys the 4 different screens for each of the Turtles, okay? If you've not seen that, it's the video that's got the thumbnail where it's the 4 pictures and each picture is one of the Turtles, okay? And in that video I said that the fact that we've now got the animation for the event and the intro to the event, this means that they're priming up to bring this out. It could be the next event, although I was a little bit hesitant on that because I really didn't think they would be the anniversary unit, or it would maybe come out around about April time because the SEA version of the game was launching. Now that's the only real time I've dated this, so to suggest that I've been saying constantly it's coming next, it's just not true, right? So I don't know why people are trying to spin that narrative, because quite frankly, it never happened, okay? So if you want to keep chatting that bullshit, feel free. But really, the only time that I've nailed myself down to a date was April. And lo and behold, it's come out on April. I guess before that, I did think it was coming out with the movie, but it's because we were told it was coming out with the movie, right? So that's done, that's put to bed. Next part. I've supposedly told every person that watches my videos that they should skip every unit to save for the Turtles. People obviously don't know how this game works. What I've said, and I'll stand by this, if you are not a whale, if you are a free-to-play player and you wanted the Turtles, okay, especially when we knew that they were close, which was about 2 and a bit months ago, if you wanted the Turtles, then holding on to your currency would not be a bad idea. And then if the Turtles come out and they're actually not good, you've not lost anything. All you've lost is a bit of time, because you will have banked your ticket and you could then go to the special summoning pool and you could choose any unit that you wanted to get. because none of these units are time limited, okay? You cannot skip these units. People have got this thing in their head where they play games like Dokkan, Seven Deadly Sins, even games like Black Clover Mobile, where a unit will come out, when its banner goes away, the unit will go away for a certain period of time. That doesn't happen with this game, okay? You can decide, I'm not going to summon you this month. And you know what? In a month's time, if you realise, actually, that unit was very good, you can just go and summon it. This game does not work in the same fashion as your typical gacha games, okay? In fact, when this guy came out, within the same day, probably within a few hours of his banner, I was the first person to put up a video showcasing just how broken he actually was. And I said, this guy is going to change the game. I flat out said that, and I told people they should go for this guy. So I don't know where this narrative comes from. The only unit I've said recently that you might want to hold off on because they are not going to change things for you was this unit. And I'm glad I did, right? Because I told you guys, don't summon for this unit, because if the turtles do come out next month, you'll have all your tokens, and if the turtles are not good, you can go back and get your tokens, okay? Now, me being me, I went ahead and summoned this unit, and I found out this unit, she's not great. I mean, okay, I'm not saying she's terrible, but she's not great. I'm not even using her at all anymore. She's got issues with her kit, right? She misses hits and all this other type of stuff. It's not that she's a bad unit, but things like timing and stuff, it's just too much hassle. There's better units that you could get, right? But if 1 month down the line, the turtle came out, the turtles were crap, right? You can just go back and you can get Jury. But what you can't do is you cannot blow all your currency on Jury, and then when the turtles come out, what are you going to do? You're screwed. You've got no currency left. It's just, there's no currency available. So telling people to, if they really know that they want collab units, hold off, see what those units are like, and then if they're not good, awesome, just go back and get what you've missed. Okay, sure, for a month, maybe 2 months, you might not have done as well in events because you didn't have those units, but guess what? You're probably sitting on enough tickets where you can go and you can max out those units, no problem at all. So all it's done is delayed things. It's not blocked you, it's not caused you to actually not get something, because these things are permanently available. They're not skippable, okay? You don't need to prioritise them, but they're not skippable in the sense of a collab. A collab is skippable because it will leave the game and it will not return, okay? And the thing about collabs, if we know from experience, with collabs, you've got things like the unit, the EX, okay? Apart from Ken at the start, I would say that none of the collab units were sort of a, if you missed them, you completely missed out, right? But if we look at EXs, for example, we all know now one of the EXs, Virgil's, if you did not get that EX, your account is permanently affected. If they don't bring that back, you are permanently affected by not having that, okay? So if the turtles come along and they do what, if Topjoy has got a brain in their head, that one of the turtles is going to do something, okay? And I'm going to talk about this in another video when I kind of predict what I think the turtles are going to be. So I'm not going to spoil it just now, right? But if Topjoy have got a brain in their head, which if they don't, I really have to question their business decision. They will have done something with at least one of the turtles, and I have a theory on who it might be. But they can do certain things that can make units game changers without making them uber broken, but they can certainly make it so that the unit will forever, going forward, affect how your account is going to perform. We have had that before with units. It wasn't a collab unit though, it was this unit. As you guys know, if you did not summon for her, you were just waiting until she came back. Sorry, not summon, purchaser. You were just waiting until she came back, hoping to be able to get her. And if you didn't buy her first time around because she was more expensive, I know a lot of you did take the plunge at the anniversary when they lowered the price back down. So taking a wait and see approach to something doesn't make you a loser. It doesn't make you wrong, okay? And to say now, this is another thing that I'm seeing people saying, to say now that, you know what, if you did wait for the turtles, you are stupid, because Vega is still the best unit in the game and he's going to shit all over the top of the turtles. How do you know that? Like, how do you actually know that? Vega is fantastic, and Vega is likely to still be the best, if it not at least one of the best DPSs in the game. If one of these turtles is uber broken, it's not going to make Vega less broken. He's still going to be broken, right? So if you used all your currency to go for Vega and you can't go for the turtles, don't feel bad about it, because even if one of the turtles is better than Vega, Vega's still going to be top tier, okay? I would not worry about that at all. But at the same time, if you held on to your currency to see what these turtles are like, if none of them match up to your expectations, then guess what? You jump to the special summoning pool and you pull Vega. What's the big deal? There is no big deal. You have a plan B. People who summoned all of their tickets believing that I had somehow faked the turtles, they don't have a plan B. If these units come out and they are crazy broken, and they're the type of player that just has that desire of, oh my god, I can't have the best thing, their game is going to be diminished as a result. Yours isn't, because either A, the units are broken, you've got enough currency, you can summon for them, or B, the units suck, you can go back and you can just grab those units that you've been waiting to finish off. So really, in my opinion, if you were a free-to-play player and you decided, I'm going to take my time, I'm going to hold out and I'm just going to see what these units look like, you can't lose. Plain and simple, you cannot lose, because you can go back and you can quite simply fill the gaps of the units that you decided to skip out on for that period of time. So, like I say, I've never actually flat out said, skip this unit, skip that. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. If a unit's bad, flat out bad, I've said, skip this unit, okay? But it's very rare that I do that, just in the same way that it's also very rare that I say, this unit is must have, right? Really, really quick side note here. The reason that I don't do that, and anyone who claims I have done that is just a liar. I don't tell people that a unit is must have, because I personally do not want to be the catalyst that causes you to feel like you need to spend money. Okay, these games are addictive, these games can lead to bad habits and stuff, and I will present a unit and I will show you how good a unit is, but I tend to not finish that by saying you need to go for this unit, okay, or you need this unit to progress your account, because again, I feel like that puts people under pressure, it makes them maybe spend money they've not got, so I don't do that, okay? But I will say, don't waste your money on a unit if the unit is bad, okay? That's just me. That's just how I am. I don't want to be that guy that pushes people to having gambling addictions, okay? At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. So, all of these people who are running around on Reddit, even now, saying things like, even a broken clock is right once a year, or whatever the hell the saying is, I don't even remember. Once a day, not once a year. It would be right once a day. Yeah, it would be right once a day. Again, what is it you're actually trying to say? Because what I said originally is the turtles are coming to Street Fighter Duel. That's true, and it never wasn't true. Then when I said after the most recent data leak, the turtles are coming soon, that was 2 months ago. That is technically still soon. That is what that time period is. And the last thing I said is I think it will come out in April to coincide around about the time the SEA version of the game launches. So this isn't a gotcha moment. This isn't me saying, oh, I was right. What I am saying is I wasn't wrong. I wasn't clickbaiting people. I wasn't misleading people. And I really don't know where you're getting that energy from, and I honestly suggest that you should get a new hobby, because hating on someone on Reddit is really a bit of a sad existence, and rather than using your energy to do something like that, maybe you try doing something a little bit more productive, like putting yourself out there, engaging with people in a more friendly, nice manner, and maybe you'll not be such a hateful, spiteful prick. Sorry, I don't really know what the female term, I was trying to like be gender neutral there, I don't really know, like arsehole? Does that work? I don't know. But again, try not to attribute things to me that I've not actually said. Again, one person in particular was telling me on Reddit, I say telling me, I don't think they wanted to engage me in conversation. Quote, I don't watch your videos, I just listen to people regurgitating things that you've said. I just want to point this out. I often read people attributing things to me that I've not actually said. People will look at a title, people will look at the first 2 seconds of a video, and they'll come to a conclusion in their head of what I've actually said. Whereas if you watch and you listen to what I've said, it's more nuanced than that. There's not literally, oh, Hayzink said this unit's coming soon, so that means it's the next unit. No, that's never what I said. Okay, what I said was the unit's coming soon, it could be the next event, it could be the event after, we just have to wait and see. That quite clearly is open to interpretation, that I don't know exactly when it's coming, and I never claimed to have known exactly when it's coming. I just knew it was coming and it was going to happen within a certain sort of a period. So that was it. Simple as that. So I would say that, one, if you're going to like try to use me to win an argument, try and actually use what I've said, right? And secondly, if you're going to try and shit talk me, try to actually shit talk me on something I've said rather than something that you think I've said, because at the end of the day, you're the one that looks like an arsehole, not me. I've got all the receipts because all the videos are on the channel. I don't take things down. If I make a mistake, it's still there. I don't take it down. I don't hide behind times that I've got things wrong. If I've got it wrong, I'll admit I've got it wrong. It's as simple as that. So again, rather than being hateful assholes, put a smile on your face, try be nice, and try and engage with the community in a meaningful way, and who knows, maybe you'll enjoy life and the game a little bit more. So anyway, that's it. No more talk about assholes. And to the normal people who use Reddit, I apologise, because in a few of my videos I've said things like fuck you Reddit, blah blah blah. That is quite a blanket statement. It doesn't apply to everyone, okay? So if you are a normal person that uses that platform, no shade towards you whatsoever, none. You don't have to agree with the things I've said. You can agree with the things I've said. That's fine. Discourse is something that is good to have in life. People who just randomly rag on someone for no reason, they're just assholes. And that's the way I see it. So anyway, guys, that's it. Done, dusted, got that off my chest. Someone wanted me to make this video as well. I've done it. So to that person, if you're watching, you know who you are. I want to see a thumbs up in the comments down below. But I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace out, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.